To get your message out to over 2 million homes, call Positive Promotions at 302-292-3994 or log on to our website at PosProTV.com.
That's what I'm saying. Welcome back here. That's what I say. It's time for food. That's what everybody's thinking of, because they know this brisket's big enough to feed the entire audience that we have here. Because that's a little bit larger than what people at home would want to cook.
Exactly.
Well, tell me about what we're doing here.
Well, this is a 6-pound brisket, and basically I characterize the brisket and the flavorings based on the type of beer that we use.
Right.
So today we're using Twin Lakes beer.
Right.
And so it's going to be a Delaware barbecue beef brisket.
And want to remind everybody, because we want to tie everything to Rodney's Ride, Stephen Rodney. So you got your restaurant, the Greenery, down on
10th and King Street.
And Rodney Square area.
Right, exactly.
Right. Yeah. So I'm going to tie that in there. And then, of course, then the ale that we're using, I want to get that right. It's the Golden Ale Caesar Rodney. So that's what we got going on. All right, well, let's keep on going here.
I trimmed the brisket out. You don't need to take all the fat off because you're going to cook it through.
My mouth is starting to water. You know how long it's been since I've had some good brisket?
But you cut this in half. This is a good black Angus brisket. You can see there's a lot of fat on it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it on there, and we're going to trim it after we actually cook it.
Right.
Now, this process takes about 48 hours to actually complete. We're going to complete it today in about 15 minutes.
Okay, magic of TV.
What we're going to do is we're going to put the brisket in there. And actually, because the pot's a little small for TV, I'm going to put one in there. We put equivalent about one beer, about 12 ounces.
But this is about the size of brisket. If you're going to cook this at home, folks,
that's
that's
about
the right size you want to cook. About 3 pounds, you were saying.
So you put one beer in there, and then you want to slice up some onions.
Because I'm used to smoked brisket. Now, you say this has got that smoked flavor.
Yeah, it's going to have a smoked flavor. We're going to make the barbecue sauce next. What we're going to do is we're going to show you how to cook this brisket. It does take about 3 hours.
It's going to be so tender.
You want to put enough water in there to cover the brisket. That's the key.
Just to cover the brisket.
Right. Now, we're going to bring that to a boil. And once it comes to a boil, you want to cover it and simmer it for 3 hours. And it comes out just so tender. Okay. Now, what I need to do then is make some barbecue sauce.
So we're going to just pour that extra water in there.
Yeah.
Since we're not going to cook that brisket and stay here for 3 hours waiting on it.
Right. We're going to put this on the flame. We're going to put about half a cup of butter in there.
The Greenery, real quick, what a fantastic catering company you have there. Any size event, right?
Any size. And the nice part about it, we do literally everything from scratch. We're making our own sauces from scratch. All of our hors d'oeuvres are made from scratch.
Folks, you can't come up here and smell this food. You can't taste this food, but it is the best food by far. If you ever attended one of our holiday parties here, everybody always that's what makes it. I think that's why they come back year after year. It's just for the food that you guys bring us from the Greenery there.
Now this is what I'm going to do is I'm going to just sweat these onions a little bit. There's about 2 cups of onions. Okay. Now the base to this is ketchup and beer. Okay. Besides the onions, we're going to use 4 cups of ketchup.
4 cups of just ketchup.
Yep. Straight ketchup.
It's starting to look pretty good. Smell good.
It absolutely will make your house smell fantastic.
Yeah, it will.
Okay. Now we're going to add to that
I keep noticing the beer getting. Are you drinking? Are you taking shots on the way through this or something there?
I'll tell you what, that beer looks delicious, doesn't it? We're going to add to that some nice crushed garlic, about 6 cloves of crushed garlic.
My wife's loving you. She's saying, can you up her? Her question was, can she add more if she'd like to?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you can do more of that if you'd like. But the beer is actually what's going to take on most of the flavor. That with the ketchup.
Okay.
We have about a 1/4 cup of brown sugar.
A little sweet there.
Yep. Now we have some chili powder.
Kevin likes that for that bite. If you've ever seen him on Cook to Order.
And I can put this recipe actually right on the website in case anybody wants to get the complete recipe later on.
Okay.
We're going to do some crushed red pepper, about a teaspoon.
This is good.
We're going to do some.
Yeah, speaking of website, you have a website out there. Yes.
It's greenerycaterers.com, and we have a lot of pictures and menus and so forth on there. Now, this is an apple cider vinegar. I'm going to do about half a cup. You can
Best
see, you
food
can smell this.
in town.
You can
I'm
start to
smell
smell
it. Yeah, it's there. Yeah.
Some Worcestershire sauce. Again, about quarter cup. And then the main ingredient is this, the Twin Lakes beer.
Look, he's making a commercial.
Give you a plug.
He wants you guys to hire him. I can see that.
It's like
This is
Orson
going
Welles.
to be, I'm going to put 3 bottles of beer.
You don't cook with anything but
No,
Twin Lakes.
not today.
Good answer.
Now, you're going to let this simmer for 1 hour.
Or
And
1 minute.
It's actually going to thicken. It's real thin right now, and you're going to see in a few minutes how this actually looks. Oh, I forgot one thing. We do add a little bit of liquid smoke to this, give it a hickory flavor. Just about a teaspoon.
For the recipe and all, go to the website, Greenery Caterers.
We don't actually have this on the website because this is brand new.
Okay.
We're actually starting we're going to have this as a
Go
special.
to POZPRO
Yep.
TV.com.
TV.com, and Kevin will post it for you. How's
We'll
that?
put that in, yeah.
All right, or
Now-
just call Kevin. That'd be easier. So, but we want to show the final product
Right.
here.
So that's it. Now you're going to let this simmer for 1 hour, and you're going to let this simmer for 3 hours. That brisket's going to come out as tender as can be. It's going to have a nice beer flavor and the barbecue sauce.
And when you get to this stage now, what we've done is the
Okay.
magic of TV. Let's go back. Now that's got to simmer for 3 hours. This one has to simmer for
1 hour, the
1
sauce.
hour. Now the sauce, you're telling me you have to refrigerate the sauce.
Yeah. Then after 1 hour, you take that and you put it in a nice Lexan or plastic container. You refrigerate, get it nice and cold. Okay. Now it's
People are
thickened.
gonna think we're nuts, but
Yeah.
this is the way.
Yeah.
This is the way to do this.
Now it's important that the brisket, after it's cooked for 3 hours, you don't put it right into the cold sauce. You let it cool down.
Okay.
So it can stay in the pot and cool down and so forth for about an hour.
Okay.
Then you put it together. You marinate the two of them together for 24 to 48 hours. That's the key.
And cold in the
Yes.
refrigerator.
Yes.
And then you end up, when you can bring it back out and you heat it up.
Right. You heat the sauce up, put the brisket on your char broiler, okay, or on your charcoal grill at home, and it just absolutely melts. in your mouth.
I'm sitting here looking at this, and it's unbelievable just the way, because I've had a lot of brisket, and you can just tell this is ready. Because brisket has to be cooked right, and
It does.
and you've cooked this exactly right, and it's easy for folks at home to do it. But better than that, if you really want to guarantee the flavor, because I've never, now you're going to whip me up for one of these.
Yep.
So,
Yeah,
and then we're going to get our guests that's coming on, and they're more than welcome to come up and get them a sandwich before they come on and stuff, because it doesn't get any better than
Let's-
what we're
let's
saying.
try one of these.
Let's see, beer,
Cooked in, or
Food.
food cooked in beer. The sauce is made with the
drinking
beer, and
It
you
all
drink
go-
the beer.
It goes right. So I don't know what you guys are going to do with beer, because what is this called again that we have
That's a
here?
growler
A growler.
of their
If you
Rodney.
touch it, I'm going to growl at you. Is that what it
Arr. It's a growler of their
No, you
Caesar
did it-
Rodney
you did it
Golden
right.
Ale.
You did it right. Now, I was saying, because you're the same way I am. I don't prefer brisket as a sandwich. I prefer it as a
On a plate,
just
yeah.
on a plate itself. But cold brisket's good with anyways. Well, brisket, you know how it is. I'm
Yeah.
gonna try this.
That's a unique taste.
Is it good?
I'm doing the cooking show from now on. This
I'm
is
gonna
great.
make some of this up for everybody so they can all try it. But this will just melt in your mouth.
And while they're trying it, we're gonna go quick commercial break. When we come back, we're gonna have. I got some beer over there.
Yeah, the history of Caesar
Hey,
Rodney.
don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right after this.
All right, guys, go dig it.
To find out more about the Tim Qualls Show and other positive promotion productions, then log on to our website at www.pazprotv.com.